The Harley Davidson Street 750 was already one of the most famous bikes when launched. Now the company has come up with something that takes everything that's good on the street and puts it in a bike that clearly has a greater appeal. Welcome the Harley Davidson Street Rod, which is one of the most sportiest looking Harleys we've seen in the recent times. And in the show today, we're going to ride this bike to test if it's as sporty as it looks.
Harley Davidson Street Rod is clearly a more violent looking machine. It turns heads. It demands you to look at it and drool. And in short, it clearly is much striking than its parent bike, the Street 750. Thanks to the Harley Dark Custom Studio, the bike gets full marks for its styling and jaw-dropping looks. The front suspension has been swapped with beefy looking UST forks that, apart from providing better handling and comfort, also looks good. The side intake scoops get inspiration from old school force induction hot rods, and that along with the new stubby tail unit, flat wide handlebar and sportier seat makes the bike look like a modern dirt tracker. A special mention has to be made of the new split 7-spoke alloys that are simply brilliant to look at, and at its price point it clearly is one of the best looking bikes in its range.
Apart from the visuals, a lot of work has been done on the suspension, engine, braking and handling. The front telescopic forks have been replaced with the USD forks. The bike is now more ready to take on the uneven roads. The suspension is not exactly plush, but it keeps the ride settled even on the worst patches.
It basically runs on the same 750 Revolution X V-twin engine, but for Street Rod, it has received some useful updates. The major engine upgrades include the new 42mm throttle body and new high flow cylinder heads containing new high lift cams with longer duration. This motor now produces 11% more power and 5% more torque, which is enough to make a difference in terms of how the bike performs, or at least it feels. The bike pulls nicely from a standstill and has enough bottom and mid-range grunt. The motor feels smiling when revving at nearly 5000 rpm, and you feel the bike running on a surge of torque that tries to stay around till the very top, and then it's time to pop a gear in order to stay in the power band. You will be all smiles when riding that wave of torque out of the corners, and with the eagerness it rockets out of a curve is indeed impressive.
Another major upgrade the bike has received is in the form of Sportier steering geometry. The rake angle is now reduced by 5%, and that is big enough to change its handling dynamics. The ground clearance is higher, the steering position is higher, and the wheelbase is reduced, and that naturally makes it more agile and fluidic.
Talking about another concrete upgrade is the braking, and kudos to Harley for this one. The double disc brake at the front work like a miracle and has got all the bite and feedback you need for a bike of its size to stop safely. Plus the added safety net of ABS works well too. They have clearly transformed the bike by adding a bit more character to it and came up with something that is not only a step ahead in terms of looks and feels, but also in terms of real life riding experience. It clearly is more appealing, aggressive, modern, and due to which it will surely attract a greater set of audience, especially the younger ones. If only they would have managed to work on its heating, that it would have scored even better in our charts. But nonetheless, Harley Davidson Street Rod is a great package for people looking out to buy an entry-level Harley with more butch appeal and stamina to roll the corners.
Street Rod is the bike for you if you want a Harley which not just looks this modern and aggressive, but is also top in terms of ride performance and handling. Stay tuned to Autoportal, as in the next show we're going to take this bike up to the hills for a longer ride. It's goodbye for now, ride safe.